So I know the idea to homeschool can be so incredibly overwhelming, but at least on the legal side of things, in the state of North Carolina, it is so easy and simple. We're going to walk through the 5 things that you need in order to legally homeschool in the state of North Carolina. First, all you need is a high school diploma or an equivalent. Most moms I talk to worry that they don't qualify for teaching their kids or running a homeschool, but all you need to legally run a homeschool in North Carolina is a high school diploma or equivalent. So if you don't have a high school diploma or equivalent, there are some options. You could name your spouse as teacher and chief administrator if they have their high school diploma or equivalent. You can pursue and obtain your GED. Or in the state of North Carolina, there is also the stipulation that for every homeschool, you can have 2 families as part of your homeschool. So if you do have a close friend or family member that is homeschooling and in the same state, you can technically have your kids under their homeschool. So that would be an option that you can do at least in the interim while you're working on obtaining your GED or equivalent. The next requirement is submitting an NOI, your notice of intent, which is just an online form that you fill out. It's really simple. I do have a video walking you through that process step by step. And you'll submit your NOI right before your child turns 7 or right before you pull them out of school if they already are 7. The third requirement listed on the NCDOA website is to operate on a regular schedule for 9 months. This is very broad and very vague. Some people say you have to homeschool for 180 days of the year, but that's not a requirement according to the NCDOA website. We are given a lot of freedom into what that looks like. Is that Monday through Friday? Is that Monday through Thursday? How many hours a day? That's really up to you as the mom and as the one in charge of your homeschool, what that looks like. I do have a video of what our current daily rhythms look like, so I will post that up below and down in the description for you. The fourth requirement is maintaining immunization records or an exemption along with an attendance record. And there is a PDF available on the NCDOA website that looks like this, and I will link that down below as well so you can access that quickly. And you're just checking off the days that they do schoolwork. And so again, that's up to you to decide what counts as school and what doesn't. Know that field trips, yes, do count, things like that as well, not just sitting and doing bookwork or worksheets. There are lots of other things that can constitute as a school day. And again, we have a lot of freedom here. You're the mom, you're the teacher, you're in charge of the homeschool, so you get to decide what that looks like for you and your family. And the final thing is a yearly standardized test. Once you set up your homeschool and register your child, you have a year to administer or complete your initial standardized test. And then after that, there will be an annual test given. And again, there's a lot of freedom in this. You can decide what tests to do. You're not submitting these results to anybody. Your child doesn't have to get a certain grade or score on these exams. You're just simply giving them the exam and filing the records if there's ever an audit and they ask to see your records. And there are some guidelines when it comes to what type of exam on the NCDOA website. There's a range of different tests. On one end, you have budget-friendly tests that you can administer at home, that's online, that's untimed. If you just want to check mark in the box to say that you've administered a standardized test. On the other side of things, you have tests that are a little bit more expensive that have to be administered by somebody else, but you do get a lot more direct, specific results along with a consultation, so you know how to interpret those results and know exactly where your child is. And that's it. It's really simple, really straightforward. There's not a lot of oversight, and you have a lot of freedom to run your homeschool how you want to run your homeschool. So things that are not required in the state of North Carolina: no home visits, no grade requirements. You're not turning in any sort of portfolio or work samples to be reviewed, and you also have complete freedom over the curriculum that you choose. Now that we know the basics of what we need to do to operate a homeschool legally in North Carolina, we can get on to the more fun part and the more important part of actually teaching and training our children. So like this video and subscribe if you're looking for more content and encouragement on all things homeschooling, especially in the Blue Ridge Mountain area. And I tell every mom this who's asking me questions about homeschooling is to start with finding your tribe, finding those other like-minded families that you can walk this journey of homeschooling with, so you're not doing it alone. The second thing I would suggest doing is just spending some time dreaming and visioning what you want your family and your homeschool to look like and feel like, and how you want your children to remember their homeschool journey. Having a mission and forming a vision statement for you, your family, and your homeschool, it's gonna make it so much easier to make all those decisions concerning curriculum, daily rhythms, and extracurricular activities that you guys choose to do. This playlist will walk you through all of that step by step in way more detail, so be sure to check that out, and I will see you in the next video.